Today we will talk about one of the most famous legions of the army of ancient Rome, the III Gallic Legion, created by Gaius Julius Caesar in 49 BC. The legion spent most of its 400-year service in the east of the empire, fighting the Armenians, Parthians, and Jews, sometimes being distracted by intra-Roman showdowns. But first things first. The year of the creation of the legion is considered to be 49 BC, when Julius Caesar urgently needed additional troops in his struggle for power. The name Gallic was given at the place of formation. Legion cohorts fought valiantly in the battles of Pharsalus and Munda. After the death of the dictator, the III Gallic was in the service of Mark Antony, where he fought against the assassins of Caesar at the Battle of Philippi in 42 BC, then went east to take part in the Persian Company, unsuccessful for the Romans in 36. After the defeat of Mark Antony in 30 BC, the legion was included by Emperor Augustus in the standing Roman army and garrisoned in the province of Syria. There, this part acquired its own special flavor, since the recruitment was also at the expense of local residents. The cult of the sun god Baal penetrated into the ranks of the legion and firmly entrenched there. In the period 58 to 63, the main forces of the legion participated in the Armenian campaigns of the Roman commander Corbulo. Armenia, located between Parthia and Rome, was the arena of struggle between the two great powers. As a result of two campaigns, a compromise was worked out. The brother of the Parthian king became the king of Armenia, but he took the vassal oath to the Roman Emperor Nero. The uprising that broke out in Judea in 66 cost the III Gallic the loss of 3 destroyed cohorts, about 1,500 legionnaires, who carried police service there. The remaining units took part in the Roman counter-offensive under the command of Vespasian. In 68, the bloodless legion was transferred to the province of Moesia, to the Danube border. But the calm was short-lived. At the end of the winter of 69, 9,000 riders from the Sarmatian tribe of the Roxolans crossed the frozen Danube in order to thoroughly plunder the Roman settlements. The born horsemen of the Sarmatians wore cup-shaped armor, pointed helmets, and used long spears and bows in battle. Their swords were so long that they had to be carried behind their backs. Few could withstand the blow of the Sarmatian cavalry, but self-confidence failed the lords of the steppes. The Roxolans carelessly took a halt, not caring about the normal guarding of the parking lot. There is nothing to say about marching fortifications, in the likeness of the Roman ones. It is not surprising that the nomads missed the appearance of Roman mounted scouts, as did the approach of the cohorts of the III Gallic Legion. Seeing the carelessness of the enemy, the legate Titus Aurelius Fulvius ordered to stop and wait for the morning dawn. No fires were lit. Early in the morning the legion went on the attack. The Sarmatians, irresistible in the attack, were caught with their trousers down. In desperation, they tried to quickly put on their armor and gallop to the attack. Those who succeeded did not have time to take overclocking. The Romans, who came close, knocked the Roxolani off their horses, knocked them to the ground and mercilessly killed them. The Sarmatian army was completely destroyed. The losses of the Romans were insignificant. The year 69 went down in history as the year of the 4 emperors. In the year since Nero's suicide, in Rome, 4 emperors were replaced: Galba, Otho, Vitellius, and Vespasian. The latter, familiar to the legionnaires from the war in Judea, and decided to support the III Gallic Legion. The authority of the winners of the Sarmatians was so high that other Danubian legions swore allegiance to Vespasian after them. With the III Legion in the vanguard, the Danubian army advanced on Rome, defeating the legions of Vitellius at the battles of Bedriac and Cremona. But he was opposed by veterans hardened in battles with the Germans. After the victory, the legionnaires of the III entered Rome, where they immediately showed themselves by starting to rob the supporters of Vitellius. Well, or those whom they appointed among them. When the representative of Vespasian arrived in Rome, the robber legion was transferred to Capua, which they plundered all winter under the same pretext. In the spring of 70, the III Gallic returned to the east. Subsequently, he participated in the suppression of another Jewish uprising in 132 to 135, fought against the Parthians under Marcus Aurelius and Septimius Severus. The last mention of the III Gallic dates back to the end of the 4th century. The legion stood in the fortress of Danube between Damascus and Palmyra.